there's some decisions that we're going to have to make here in the not too distant future that Mike's all over this, is validating the seismic category that we're going to use for our bridge design. And there's an interplay between bridge strike and seismic criteria. But that's coming to a close here pretty quick. The other one that's I think, an interesting challenge for us is the North Shore access, to get in there for not only geotechnical work, but also to get foundations built out there. So, and we're going to have to be ready to make a decision on that. And then I think lastly, but it's permits. That's the next big thing that we got to be all over.
I think it will be interesting. Yeah. Maybe I won't say that. It'll be interesting to see how much that existing bridge moves. I think it's always surprising to people how much a bridge actually moves. So I think when we get that data, it'll be interesting to see.
I was standing on it when the marching band came across, and you could feel all of them. You could tell, 100 yards away, you could tell that they were coming.
No, the guys on the repairs, when we had the strike last year, were saying how it moves. So, but all bridges do. So it'll be interesting to see, how much and what that looks like.
So we have the geotech. Is there? Are they drilling one hole per pier?
We are doing one hole per shaft.
Per shaft. So for each piling
per pier.
So there's 2 per pier.
4 at the ones where there's 4, and then we have a allowance that if we see some anomaly, then we will do additional holes.
Okay.
So, one of the concerns is because of the way the basalt columns happen.
Right.
If you just happen to hit one of those holes in the column,
right,
on where you're going to put a shaft, you'd want to know that before you start pulling concrete to 100 feet below the ground. We want to know that there's a big hole there, right? So that's kind of the things that we would be trying to find and look at. Now, you're taking a 2-inch hole in a 9 to 10 foot diameter. So
when you say hole, you're talking about the
boring hole, the sampling hole.
Okay, but I mean the basalt is a crystal, right? So you're talking about you're worried about fractures.
The fractures in it, or if it's like when it's above the ground, right? There's a lot of vertical columns.
Yeah.
So if you have
the crystals,
hit on the side of one of those,
right,
and half your shaft was sitting on the solid part, and half of it was where there was a valley in between the next part, you're going to have a hole in the bottom of your shaft that you're trying to fill. So we want to try to find those as best we can. I mean, that's a risk of the geotech of not knowing, and that's kind of the variations that we'll be looking for. And if we need to do additional borings, we've got the allowance to do that. But one of the cost savings that we had was out of the reduction from 4 shafts to 2 shafts.
Right.
Was only needing to do 2 borings versus 4 borings.
Okay. And these engineers have worked on bridges on basalt.
Absolutely.
Before. It's pretty common. Yeah.
Yeah. All over. So. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I have 2 things, and just a preface before is the permitting program for this is very large. So we have 2 things that are coming up in the next few months, and I just want you to be aware of them. One is we're refreshing the navigation impact report, which was first done in 2019. And as part of that, we do a river users survey. That's pretty much blanketing anybody who we think potentially operates something fairly large on the river that has to pass below the bridge at any time. And the reason the Corps asked us to update that was the data is from 2018, 2019, and it's based on a 2016 set of guidance, which was updated this year. So with those 2 strikes, our navigation impacts report is a little dated. And the Corps is going to be issuing a permit in the next 12 months or so, and they want to be able to check the box that that information is up to date. So we think the survey will go out probably the end of the month, maybe a little sooner. We'll be also using the communications folks and social to just let people know we're interested. If you're operating something on the river, a fairly large size, that needs to pass below the bridge, we want to know about it.
Is this for construction phase or for?
But it's a design question, really, that we're answering. The navigation impact report sets the bridge opening, the large structure over the navigation channel.
It's how the 90 foot and the 450 foot gets set.
But we don't have any expectation that there's going to be a requirement to change that, right? That's
No.
Coast Guard said they're aware of new users, but they don't anticipate that the design standards will be required to change.
thank you.
We're just gonna try to capture those new users.
Extended that span quite a bit.
No,
But the main span was the same.
yeah, no, I don't think we changed. It was the same. Yeah. It was always 450.
But that's still quite a bit bigger than.
Quite what we have. Just about twice. what
Yeah,
we have.
higher and wider, and everyone, I hope the feedback we get is that people are thrilled and can't wait for it to happen.
I know the barge operators will be.
Yeah.